time to take a coffee break, and we're starting with the lesser-known benefit of being a pet parent.
Yes, that's right. I love this. Scientists say cats and dogs can help our brains stay young as we grow older.
Well, look at that.
They're helping us out. And it's
Great.
both cats and dogs.
Oh, okay.
But there is some research when it comes to other animals.
Okay.
So, in a potential breakthrough for preventative health, researchers found that owning a four-pawed friend is linked to slower cognitive decline by potentially preserving specific brain functions as we grow older. The associations differ depending on the animal. So dog owners were found to retain sharper memory, both immediate and delayed, while cat owners showed slower decline in verbal fluency.
Interesting.
So maybe you want a cat and a dog.
Well, I think because you spend so much time talking to cats, because like they ignore you a lot.
So then you talk to them even more?
Whereas the dogs get you outdoors, maybe?
I've always wanted a dog that was best friends with a cat.
Yeah, like Garfield and
Odie.
Yeah,
I thought that would be cute.
That would be cute. Well, it was a really cute cartoon.
And then my brain will be super sharp.
Well, so now fish and birds, it turns out, while they are charming companions, as the study found, they showed no significant link in helping you.
No,
so,
I'm
because you don't really interact with
but
them.
not the birds. You know those birds that be rapping on Instagram?
Well, they're not all like that.
But what about one of those? They should be in the dog category.
maybe, I don't know.
I kind of want one of those birds.
No, you don't.
It'll keep
I'm
you
telling you
up.
right now, I wanted one so badly as
Yeah?
a kid, and then I went to a friend's house who had
one?
and I was like, oh no, I can't do this.
Because it was
talks too
always
much.
making
It was
noise.
constantly making noise. Constant.
Even when you put the little cover on the cage.
it was like,
Yeah, you're right. I do see them on Instagram a lot. I want one though.
I could just imagine you being like, I haven't slept in 3
I haven't
weeks.
slept in 3 days. That bird's been reading the news back to me.
and if I had one, I would just be swearing at everybody who came into the house.
That is so true. Mine would be singing.
Well, at least you'd live a little longer.
That's
Yeah,
true.
there you go.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, is an iconic handbag a better investment than the stock market?
I don't know, money lady. I'm gonna guess no though.
Okay, well listen, a study by Credit Suisse found that the Hermes Birkin bag
Oh, well, a
appreciated by about
Birkin.
Yeah, okay.
14% a year, so each year between 1980 and 2015. While the S&P 500 index has an annual return of about 10%.
But how much are Birkin bags?
They retail for about $10,000,
Exactly.
but they can resell for as much as $30,000.
But didn't Walmart just make a knockoff?
They
that I could
sure
get?
did.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes, but that one I don't think
It's gonna appreciate at 14%.
Well, I don't
each year.
either, but doesn't that usually take a bite out of the appreciation?
Yeah, and I mean, it's also one of those things, look, they talk about that with like Rolexes,
Yeah.
with, even we were talking about gold bars.
Right.
But you also need to have someone who's willing to pay that, right? Just because, like, my husband's always talking about how much his baseball cards are worth.
Right.
I'm like, well, that's great, but is someone going to pay you that amount?
Don't you be crushing that man's dreams.
Are they sitting in the basement? Are
They're
you
in
trying
a
to...
closet.
That's hilarious.
So just because when you look up, we went through this with my kids too, because my dad had all these old Beanie Babies.
Yeah,
They
I was a Beanie
searched
Baby collector.
Some of the Beanie Babies, and
Yeah.
they're like, "Oh, mom, look, this one's worth $500." Well, yeah, but it's been sitting on eBay. No one's paying $500. for it.
Listen, I'm with you though. That's why I don't buy any of these things.
Me
When you
neither.
like, it's worth the
I
investment.
could never.
You don't buy any of these
I'm
things?
not gonna sell that. That is a priceless treasure. You put some respect on Kirby and Mookie.
Well, they're not $10,000 like a Birkin bag, so there's that.
Exactly.
I would never spend that much money on a purse. That would give me a heart attack.
Oh, yeah.
But there are people out there who collect them.
Have y'all seen my purse and how dirty it is? There's no way mine would be worth $10,000. Yeah, there's no way. Okay, I thought the story was so cute. The Tooth Fairy is real. She's a dentist in Seattle.
Oh,
Yeah, for
cute.
20 years, Dr. Purva Merchant has been answering letters from children and their parents. Okay, so it started back in 2004. Her boyfriend, who's now her husband, made her email address, which included her nickname, the Tooth Fairy, to help her organize her dental school applications and keep in touch with family. Okay, so 3 years after they make the email address, Dr. Merchant gets an unusual message from an anxious parent who had forgotten to put money under the pillow from the Tooth Fairy. And so she answers the email. She now gets 3 to 5 emails a day. For the past 20 years, she responds to every one of them. And this is what I thought was really cute. She recently got a message from a 23-year-old woman who got an email from the dentist when she was 6 years old and lost her tooth on vacation. This woman is 23 now. She got her wisdom teeth taken out, and she sent the doctor another email to the email address thanking her. And the doctor was just so touched that she cried, and she was like, I've been doing this small little thing for 20 years, and now I get to see the impact impact it's had on a real person.
But we always say these small little things
I
have such a
know,
big impact.
but how sweet is that? And even, it was a New York Times article, she wouldn't give out the email address because she's like, if I get any more, I don't have like a system to keep up with these, and she prides herself on answering everyone for 20 years.
That's great. But listen, parents, don't get stressed out if you forget to put the money under the
No?
pillow.
Just
You
put
just
it the
come up
next
with an
day?
excuse.
You mean
Like,
Tooth Fairy don't get stressed out if you forgot to go to somebody's house.
right. Well, I just say to my kids, like, I remember during COVID, I would say it's COVID delays.
Yeah, COVID
You know, I
delays.
would be like, everything moves
And the
slower
Tooth Fairy
in
will
COVID,
get here.
so
Yeah.
she'll eventually get here.
Yeah.
Or I would say things like, oh shoot, I closed this door extra hard and she couldn't get through the crack. You know, just come up with something. You don't
That's
have to be
very
panicked
creative.
about it. Kids don't care where they get the money. If
No.
it's a Tuesday or a Wednesday,
No, but you
as
know what
long as
I
they get
can't
it.
believe is how expensive the Tooth Fairy has become.
How much is the Tooth Fairy shelling out now?
So I always did first tooth, $5, $1 thereafter.
No, that's not bad.
I'm
I
a
mean,
cheap
the Tooth Fairy did the first tooth $5.
Right, the Tooth Fairy. Yes,
We've
the
been
Tooth
trying to
Fairy.
help you out for 5
The
minutes.
Tooth Fairy. Sorry. The Tooth Fairy.
In
Kids.
very Christine
today's
fashion.
They're all at
break.
camp.
Now you can get your Kcal news, weather, and live stream all in one place on the CBS News app. Download it free today.